Hi, this is Dr. Carrie Lam, and I'm here with Lisa, who's my longtime patient and was even actually on the coaching side previously, right?
I was
And
with Justin, yes.
yes, and you have been with a lot of our family, but we are here just to see how your journey has been and to ask you how it's been working with both the coaching side and also Lam Clinic, and how you've improved over time and how your life has changed. So thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. So, started about 3 years ago. At that time, I had obviously been doing way too much. And what I was feeling was something was seriously not right. I was having balance issues. It was just very weird. So I checked my blood pressure and my heart rate, and blood pressure was sky high, which it never is, and my heart rate was super low. So I took myself to a walking clinic as it was a weekend, and they said, "Oh, you have a heart blockage." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't think so." Anyway, went to the ER. No, there's nothing wrong with your heart. And like, that makes more sense. And they're like, "So what health issues do you have?" I did know prior to working with the Lam Clinic, but I had never researched it. I knew that my adrenals were not putting out much cortisol. And I had actually taken through an integrative doctor bioidentical cortisol, but not really realizing the whole picture about adrenals and the effect about it. So I knew for many years that adrenals were an issue, but nothing specific about how it was affecting me. When I talked to that doctor and told him that, the ER actually said, "There's nothing wrong with your heart. Well, you have Addison's." And I'm like, "I don't think I have Addison's. I know I'm making some cortisol." So that made no sense to follow through with them. The doctor who was giving me cortisol recommended something also that totally made no sense in really solving the problem. It would have de-stressed me. He recommended medical marijuana to calm me down, to calm down my system. It's like, that doesn't seem like a long-term solution to me, nor do I want to, be that way. So I got on the computer and actually put in CBD oil and adrenals, and an article from Dr. Lam, all the articles that you have written came up. So then I went to your website, and that made so much more sense to me, dealing with it, giving my body what it needed. So I took your little, quiz, and clearly I had a big problem, and started working with Justin. And it was a long journey. I won't say that it wasn't. I was pretty bad. I mean, I was really pretty rock bottom. So luckily I was retired. And in retrospect, I can see I stopped doing my business because I thought I was burnt out, but what I was adrenally burnt out. In retrospect, I can see exactly what was happening with me now. So I started all the nutritional work with you, taking it easy, really starting to listen. I could now see when I did too much that I get the irregular heartbeat. I mean, I could just take my pulse and know, okay, this is what's going on. I need to really slow down. So I think we thought it'd be about 9 months or so. I think it ended up being longer. Now, I was still being fair active in that time. I was playing golf. It wasn't like I was doing nothing. I never got bedridden, but my activity level was much less than it had ever been. And then I just slowly built myself back up again. And then through working with you guys, I found other things that were contributing to health things. Working with your dad, he was like, I think you do have this gene mutation. I'm like, never heard of it. In fact, I do have it, because he was like, why aren't you? You should be at a different level than you are. So started working on that. So from the adrenal situation, many other aspects of my health have improved as well. So 3 years later, almost, we're getting close to that now. Then I started working with Dr. Carrie Lam. I can't remember specifically. It was something else that was not resolving itself, that wasn't specifically adrenally related.
Yeah.
And so then through you, we've just improved my overall everything, energy level, mood.
I think it was more like musculoskeletal, kind of
It was
regenerative.
musculoskeletal, which I
Yes.
thought was actually from my body not detoxing because of the gene mutation, the MTHFR.
Mhm.
So I thought it was a detox problem, which I do have a detox problem. But we're addressing that now through different,
Yes.
what do you call it, things.
Mhm.
So overall, it's just the adrenal journey has made my long-term health and life, even though I considered myself a very healthy person, even better. So it's been good, but it's been a journey, and it's been a balancing act. Every time we get what I think would be more of a maintenance on things, we'd find not enough. I need more, so it's just a tweaking. It's a tweaking thing, but I can read my body now. I know what's happening. I don't get to the point anymore of having the irregular heart, because I can sense before that I'm getting a choking feeling that I'm doing too much. So
Yeah, so it's great to hear that you've really educated yourself, right? A lot of this program is you learning about your body, and now it seems like you really have. Do you have any other advice or recommendations for people who are still struggling out there, and they don't know what to do?
right. My main advice would be to listen to your body and not go through the crash and burn cycles over and over and over again, because
Right,
then you'll get to the point where you really will be unable to do stuff for a while,
right. Like the rubber band
and
that stretches and
just
stretches and stretches until it breaks. You definitely don't want to get
snap.
there. You want to learn
You don't want to go
before it
there.
gets there. That's really good advice.
Yes.
So, um, how has your life changed now? Are you much more functional? Like, how are your activities
I
currently?
would say I'm super functional. I played 18 holes of golf today, and then went and played an hour and a half of tennis just before we talked.
Amazing.
Man, bike ride this morning with the dog. So yes, now in order, because I knew I was doing that today, yesterday, my afternoon was pretty non-active. I knew I rested up. I knew I wanted to do this today. I wanted to take advantage of the weather. And so I did it.
Good.
And
No, that's
tomorrow I'll probably do a little less. So it's that balancing thing, but I
yeah.
totally can do what I want to do. Um, and now I've learned two things that maybe aren't worth it, that the stress levels from certain things are just not going to, I'm going to take longer to recoup. And so is it worth doing,
Good.
that?
Yeah.
But yes,
Oh,
you
that's
can live
amazing.
a great life. I mean, a full life. You're just going to balance
That's great. So,
things.
do you ultimately do you recommend the coaching, the Dr. Lam coaching, the Lamb Clinic?
Yeah, I mean, the Lam Clinic, you didn't exist when I started the coaching. So, or at least you weren't available in New York State. Yeah, the coaching was great. I mean, it just, I was in regular touch in the beginning. It might have been like every 2 weeks or so. I can't remember now, but it was a lot. And then
Mhm.
it just kept stretching out now, like once a month, once every couple of months, or 6 weeks. It just kept me on track. Somebody was there following up. Okay. And understanding what the what the nutritional supplements, how to use those, what I needed, what I didn't, because it was stuff I took in the beginning. I don't take it all anymore. Um, how different things got my system going again. And then I backed off, you can back off of that stuff. But then there's some things that, yes, are just going to be beneficial. It's like, I don't want to give them up now, it's
Yes,
the way I feel
great.
so good. So,
Yeah, thank you so much for telling us about your journey and your success story, Lisa. All the best still, and we're always here for you.
thank you. I will be in touch for sure.